This anime tells the story of the male protagonist Yuto who transmigrates to ancient times with a smartphone and successfully conquers various tribes in another world with the technology of searching for the art of war on Google and making high-end weapons, becoming the leader of the strongest tribe. The most exaggerated thing is that if the tribe he conquers is led by a female, he will directly take her as his sworn little sister or daughter. In this way, he begins a life of continuous conquest in ancient times, constantly collecting his sworn sisters or daughters. Why doesn't he choose one of the many beautiful women to be his wife? Everything has to start from the beginning. The story begins with Yuto who travels back to ancient times, winning the admiration of many people with these technologies, and becoming the patriarch of the Wolf Clan. Recently, Wolf Clan is invaded by Horn Clan. During this battle, Yuto becomes the main target of Horn Clan's attack. Thankfully, his sworn little sister Felicia is always by his side to protect him. Felicia is the peculiar Einherjars in this era, and she possesses a great power beyond that of the average person. Under her protection, Yuto is unharmed. Eventually, under Yuto's leadership, Wolf Clan's warriors use the advanced weapons to fight and repel Horn Clan's army. The standout in this battle is Wolf Clan's strongest warrior, Sigrun, who captures Horn Clan's leader, Linnea. In battle, she has always liked Yuto and asks him to pet her head as a reward. As Sigrun's sworn father, Yuto doesn't think too much about it and immediately agrees to her request. After the long war, Yuto cannot rest immediately because he needs to resolve the conflicts between the two clans, and he decides to negotiate with Linnea. He wants Linnea's Horn Clan to become Wolf Clan's subordinate, but Linnea has high self-esteem, and she will never agree to that even if she will die for it. Yuto has to lower his demands and make Linnea his sworn little sister. In this way, he can form an alliance with Linnea. Yuto's proposal not only provides Horn Clan with a powerful ally but also preserves Linnea's dignity, which is quite tolerant of the defeated Horn Clan. Linnea eventually accepts this proposal. After the negotiations, Yuto heaves a sigh of relief and collapses to the ground exhausted. When Yuto wakes up, both Felicia and Sigrun are by his side to take care of him. They both like Yuto and feel that they and Yuto are unrelated family members and have every chance to marry him. Their seduction is ignored by Yuto, whose only beloved one is his 21st century girlfriend, Mitsuki. In fact, Yuto transmigrates here from the 21st century through the Divine Mirror. The interior of Wolf Clan enshrines another Divine Mirror. Although this Divine Mirror cannot be used for transmigrating, it allows Yuto to use the mobile phone brought with him during transmigration. He uses his phone to learn a lot of advanced techniques and tactics while keeping in touch with Mitsuki on the phone. His greatest wish is to return to the 21st century and be reunited with her. Yuto yearns for greater influence, so that he can find a way to return to the 21st century in this barbaric world. To accomplish this, he resolves to create many advanced weapons for the Horn Clan, with the intention to gain their trust so that they can be his future help. Yuto entrusts the task of making the weapons to Ingrid, the preeminent blacksmith of the Wolf Clan, and pats her on the shoulder trustingly. In an instant, Ingrid blushes, revealing her own affection for Yuto. At this point, Linnea approaches Yuto to discuss the relationship between Wolf Clan and Horn Clan. Ever since she allies with Yuto, she has been worried that Wolf Clan would bully Horn Clan with the advantage of force, and asks Yuto to treat her people the way he treats Wolf Clan's people. She promises that she would sacrifice herself for him as long as Yuto promises her. Yuto gently touches Linnea's head, indicating that she is his sister and that he promises her request unconditionally. Linnea is touched by Yuto, and she realizes that Yuto is someone to rely on. At this moment, she falls in love with him. Suddenly, Yuto receives an urgent message that Horn Clan has been invaded by Claw Clan. Yuto quickly summons Wolf Clan's top brass and announces his support for Horn Clan. His decision is opposed by the majority, and few are willing to sacrifice Wolf Clan's soldiers for the safety of Horn Clan. Yuto angrily points out that if he condones Claw Clan's invasion of Horn Clan just after allying with Horn Clan, then other tribes will find Wolf Clan untrustworthy. His words convince everyone and no one dares to raise objections again. Yuto rallies his forces, calling upon all troops to lend their support to the Horn Clan. With the aim of minimizing casualties among the Wolf Clan, he formulates a strategy to diminish the combat prowess of the Claw Clan. Under his command, the army is directed to launch nocturnal assaults on the Claw Clan for 3 consecutive nights, preventing their soldiers from obtaining restful sleep. When people of the Claw Clan are exhausted, Yuto orders an all-out attack, and Wolf Clan's army soon gains the upper hand. In order to turn the situation around, Claw Clan's general personally drives his chariot into the battlefield to fight. His bravery causes panic among Wolf Clan soldiers. Fortunately, Sigrun leads the cavalry regiment into the battlefield in time to provide support, and with her strong force, she personally kills Claw Clan's general. Wolf Clan eventually wins the battle. After the battle, Sigrun and Felicia take Yudo to take a bath with them to help him relieve his fatigue. As soon as they try to seduce Yudo, Linnea walks in, and Linnea wants to repay him. While wiping Yudo's back, she offers to let Yudo marry her and become the new leader of Horn Clan. Yudo ponders for a long time, wondering how to turn the offer down without hurting Linnea's feelings, and finally says that he needs some time to consider Linnea's proposal. Among Yudo's many sworn little sisters, it is Felicia who knows all of Yudo's secrets. Despite her own affection for Yudo and her consideration of Linnea's proposal, she is more afraid of Yudo's sudden departure back to the 21st century. In a bid to keep him, she seizes the opportunity of their private moments together and endeavors to persuade him to marry Linnea. She believes that Yudo will stay in this world after getting married. However, regardless of her earnest efforts, Yudo remains resolute in his refusal. Felicia realizes Yudo's unwavering love for Mitsuki, and she ultimately gives up persuading him. After this, Wolf Clan's people hold a grand banquet to celebrate the victory of the battle. They all feel that Yudo can lead Wolf Clan to become the most powerful clan in the world. At this time, everyone notices that Steinthor, the leader of Lightning Clan, has actually broken in. Wolf Clan and Lightning Clan have a deep feud, and everyone knows that Steinthor must not be here to express his congratulations to Yudo. Steinthor, one of the 3 strongest Einherjars in the world, smashes the weapon of one of Wolf Clan's officers. Later, he notices Linnea next to Yudo, taunting her for not being qualified of commanding Horn Clan. His behavior infuriates Yudo, who looks back at him hostilely for a long time, and everyone else present is too frightened to speak. In the end, Steinthor is the first to give in and finds an excuse to leave. In fact, Steinthor comes this time to pry Yudo's ability from Yudo's fierce eyes. He takes Yudo as a potential threat to him and decides to attack Wolf Clan as soon as possible. Yudo, perceptive of Steinthor's animosity towards him, senses the need to make timely preparations in the event of a sudden assault by the Lightning Clan. Just then, a pair of twin sisters, Albertina with green hair and Christina with purple hair, approach him, driven by their admiration for Yudo and a desire to become his wives. Both of them are Einherjars who possess special abilities. After they are rejected by Yudo, they state that if Yudo rejects them because he wants to marry Linnea, they are willing to be by his side as his sworn little sisters. Linnea's wish to marry Yudo remains a secret known to only a few, and Yudo recognizes the exceptional intelligence-gathering skills possessed by the 2 girls. Understanding their potential value, he thinks that having them as his partners will help him fight against Steinthor, and decisively agrees to become their sworn elder brother. After that, Albertina and Christina often stick to Yudo. Their existence alarms Linnea, who fears that Yudo will fall in love with them and decides to find a way to seduce Yudo. That night, Linnea sneaks into Yudo's room. As soon as she sees Yudo, she takes off her clothes and hugs him tightly. Yudo is almost tempted, but fortunately, his willpower is strong enough to push Linnea away in time. He tries to keep Linnea from being sad, and tells her all his secrets, saying that sooner or later he will find a way to return to Mitsuki's side. Linnea's reaction surprises Yudo. She wants to marry him even though she knows that Yudo might leave this world. Yudo finds himself in a dilemma, but Albertina and Felicia suddenly break into his room to report the emergency, and he doesn't have to respond to Linnea immediately. Yudo receives news of the Lightning Clan amassing an army and marching towards the Wolf Clan. Recognizing that the Wolf Clan will encounter a crisis, Yudo promptly convenes a strategic meeting with his subordinates to devise countermeasures against Steinthor. Based on gathered intelligence, it becomes apparent that Steinthor prefers direct charges in battles and disregards the use of tactical maneuvers, but he can always defeat the enemy head-on. Pondering the situation carefully, Yudo contemplates an alternative approach, deciding to exploit Steinthor's reckless nature by setting a trap, thereby avoiding a direct clash with the Lightning Clan. Yudo first gathers all the troops to test Lightning Clan's combat effectiveness. At the beginning of the battle, the strength of the 2 sides does not show a significant gap until Steinthor personally joins the battlefield. Steinthor wields a hammer and fights frantically on the battlefield, breaking up Yudo's army in one fell swoop. Seeing that the situation is not good, Yudo quickly commands the army to retreat and orders the soldiers to drop their weapons. These sophisticated weapons are treasures to Lightning Clan's soldiers. They are all busy picking up weapons, and no one obeys Steinthor's orders at all. This gives Yudo's army plenty of time to escape. It takes Steinthor a long time to lead his soldiers to catch up with Yudo's army again. He discovers that Yudo's army has crossed a river and quickly commands his soldiers to cross it. Unbeknownst to Steinthor, he unwittingly falls prey to Yudo's cunning plan. In advance, Yudo had dispatched his subordinates to construct a dam in the upstream section of the river. As Steinthor and his soldiers make their way across the river, Yudo swiftly gives the command to release the flood. The powerful rush of water sweeps away a significant number of the Lightning Clan's soldiers and causes Steinthor to be seriously injured. Consequently, the Lightning Clan is unable to pose a threat to the Wolf Clan for some time. After this battle, Yudo's reputation reaches its peak. Yudo's subordinates always believe that Yudo has spent too much energy in the battle and needs a good rest, so they arrange for many girls to take him to the hot springs. The girls are all Yudo's sworn little sisters or sworn daughters. They all want to be closer to Yudo and often seek opportunities to have physical contact with him. Wherever Yudo hides, girls are waiting there to tease him. Yudo finally gives up the struggles and chooses to enjoy this moment of happiness. When Yudo returns to his palace, he recalls the wonderful experience from just now. He can't help dwelling on the happy lifetime when he just came into this world. 2 years ago, he became good friends with Lopter, the son of Wolf Clan's leader, and they often took Lopter's sister Felicia around, which was the happiest experience since Yudo's transmigration. At one point, Yudo regarded Lopter as his most trusted partner and even told Lopter all his secrets. Unfortunately, their friendship ended up shattered in front of the benefit of interests. During a critical period when the Wolf Clan faced the imminent threat of invasion by the Horn Clan, Farbati, the leader of the Wolf Clan, recognized Yudo as the only person who could lead them out of the crisis because Yudo possesses advanced technology. For the Wolf Clan's future, Farbati publicly declared Yudo as the future leader of the Wolf Clan, but Lopter believed he should be the true heir to the Wolf Clan. In an attempt to force Farbati to change his mind, Lopter tried to assassinate Yudo, only to be astonished when Farbati blocked the attack for Yudo. Faced with this unexpected turn of events, Lopter fled in fear from the Wolf Clan. Unfortunately, Farbati died of his injuries, and as a result, Yudo became the new leader of the Wolf Clan. Yudo is saddened by thinking of Farbati's death and clears out memories right away. At this time, he learns the news that the newly rising Panther Clan has defeated Claw Clan. According to intelligence, Panther Clan uses stirrups and advanced weapons that only Wolf Clan has. Yudo is lost in thought, knowing that the people who make the equipment are mostly loyal to him, except for Lopter, the son of the former Wolf Clan leader. Therefore, Yudo speculates that Lopter must be inside Panther Clan at this time. Yudo's guess is correct. Lopter is now the leader of Panther Clan, and Lopter believes that Yudo has ruined his life and wants to find an opportunity to take revenge on Yudo and regain control of Wolf Clan. In order to weaken Wolf Clan's power, he first leads Panther Clan to attack Wolf Clan's ally, Horn Clan. When Yudo receives the news of the invasion of Horn Clan, he immediately leads a small group of troops to take the lead in supporting Horn Clan. The battle is very tough. The equipment of Panther Clan is as advanced as Wolf Clan's, and the Panther Clan is also superior in numbers. Thankfully, Yudo possesses a significant tactical advantage over Lopter. Ingeniously, he disguises many wagons carrying soldiers as grain trucks and plans to quietly surround Panther Clan's soldiers. Before Lopter can respond, the carriages have already laid siege to the Panther Clan, catching them off guard and placing them at an instant disadvantage. Recognizing the imminent loss of the war, Lopter decides use his trump card. His subordinate Sijin, an Einherjar skilled in mysterious spells, has the ability to transform soldiers into berserkers. Under Sijin's manipulation, Panther Clan turns into Berserker and suddenly gains an overwhelming advantage in battle. Strangely, after Sijin uses the mysterious spell, Yudo's body emits a strange light for a moment. He still doesn't know what effect the mysterious spell would have on him. Meanwhile, Lopter, taking advantage of Panther Clan's dominant position, leads a cavalry regiment to storm Wolf Clan's army, intending to kill Yudo himself. Lopter has been overwhelmed by the thought of revenge, and he does not stop attacking even when Felicia stands in front of Yudo. Fortunately, Yudo intervenes in time to stop him. Without delay, Sigrun swiftly arrives on a camel to provide reinforcements. Lopter's horses are afraid of camels, and as long as they smell the camels, they lose control, causing Lopter to abandon revenge for the time being. Now Lopter has to command the Panther Clan to retreat. Yudo breathes a sigh of relief, realizing that he has successfully halted the Panther Clan's invasion of the Horn Clan. After this battle, everyone knows that Panther Clan and Wolf Clan are enemies, and Lightning Clan sends an emissary to visit Lopter. Both Lightning Clan and Panther Clan have a common enemy, Wolf Clan. They quickly become allies and agree to destroy Wolf Clan together. Their union will bring a huge threat to Wolf Clan. Meanwhile, Yudo is on the phone with his girlfriend, Mitsuki. He reports to her that he is safe after each battle to prevent her from worrying. Yudo, as Wolf Clan's leader, is very busy. After he finishes the call, he quickly leads his men to patrol the streets. During the tour, Yudo meets a girl who looks almost like Mitsuki. Yudo mistakes the girl for Mitsuki and quickly escorts her to his palace, eager to inquire about her arrival in this world. Unbeknownst to him, Felicia is in nearby and promptly rushes over upon hearing Mitsuki's name. Soon, Yudo realizes that he has misidentified the girl in front of him. The girl, introducing herself as Lifa, explains that she comes from an empire neighboring the Wolf clan and enjoys exploring various regions. Intrigued by Yudo's mention of transmigration, she wants to know what he meant by what he just said. Embarrassed by his recklessness, Yudo apologizes to the girl. In an attempt to alleviate the awkwardness, he confesses that he is a transmigrationer who was brought to this world through the power of the divine mirror, and he mistakenly took her for his girlfriend in another world. Lifa immediately points out that the divine mirror usually has two sides. One side is the entrance to transmigrate and the other is the exit. She sees Yudo's surprised expression, and proudly boasts that she loves to study all kinds of magical things and has a deep understanding of the divine mirror. In order to show her rich knowledge, she casts a strange spell on the spot, making Yudo immobile. Yudo completely buys Lifa's words and hurries her to use the spell to help him return to the 21st century. Lifa says pitifully that she is not good at mysterious spells related to transmigration. As far as she knows, only Einherjar's Saijan of Panther clan is able to use mystical spells. If Yudo wants to travel back in time to the 21st century, he must enlist Saijan's help. The information provided by Lifa gives Yudo hope, and she is warmly hosted by Yudo. After a period of time, Albertina and Christina deliver urgent news to Yudo that the combined forces of the Panther clan and Lightning clan are launching an assault on the Wolf clan. Yudo realizes the gravity of the situation as his enemies join forces, and swiftly mobilizes his armies to confront this united threat. As the battle begins, Steinthor takes command, leading the Lightning clan's forces in a relentless attack against the Wolf clan. Equipped with advanced weapons provided by the Panther clan, the Lightning clan shows enhanced combat capabilities. Witnessing the Wolf clan's army struggling, Sigrun rushes to the forefront, trying to defeat Steinthor to throw Lightning clan into chaos. Steinthor's strength is among the best in the world, and even though Wolf clan's other generals have joined in the battle to support Sigrun, Steinthor easily defeats them all. The situation is very bad for Yudo. Yudo's men feel that Wolf clan would be defeated and advise him to retreat first. Yudo refuses, unwilling to abandon any of his subordinates. He personally rushes to the front line to cheer on the Wolf clan soldiers, promising to fight with them until the last minute. The soldiers are encouraged by Yudo and all cheered up. In the end, Wolf clan gains the upper hand in this war with his tenacity. Meanwhile, the battle between Steinthor and Sigrun also changes. Sigrun refuses to admit defeat and resumes her attack on Steinthor. She takes advantage of Steinthor's contempt for her, pretends to be defeated by him, and then takes the opportunity to slash him with a sword. Before Steinthor can address his wounds, he receives the bad news that Lightning clan's logistics unit has been attacked by Yudo. Steinthor, fearing that Lightning clan will suffer serious losses if he continues to fight, quickly retreats with Lightning clan soldiers. After Lightning clan leaves the battlefield, Panther clan would not have been able to defeat Wolf clan alone. Loptra resorts to a direct assault, charging towards the Wolf clan in an attempt to kill Yudo. However, Felicia swiftly stops Loptra's attack. Forced to reconsider his strategy, Loptra seeks an alternative approach. Recognizing that the Wolf clan would be defeated without Yudo's leadership, he instructs Saijan to cast a mysterious spell aimed at transporting Yudo back to the 21st century. Yudo sees a light appear on him, just like the last time he fought Panther clan, and guesses that Saijan has used a mysterious spell on him. He quickly hands the phone to Felicia and teaches her how to use it to communicate with him. Yudo then disappears out of thin air, leaving only Felicia crying sadly in place. Yudo transmigrates to the 21st century under the influence of mysterious spells. He notices that he is next to the divine mirror, which is hidden in Mitsuki's room by her. As soon as he sees Mitsuki, he hugs her excitedly. The lovers finally reunite after more than 2 years of separation. Yudo is worried about Wolf clan, and he tries to contact Felicia using Mitsuki's cell phone. Unfortunately, the call can't get through, and it seems that he has to wait for Felicia to return to another divine mirror. Knowing Yudo's concerns, Mitsuki gently comforts him. She tries to alleviate his worries by taking him shopping at the mall. It has been quite a while since they last went on a date, and the long-awaited opportunity to spend time together fills them with a delightful sense of sweetness. While shopping, Yudo always thinks of the people of the Wolf clan and worries about their situation. Suddenly, Mitsuki receives a call from Felicia. Yudo quickly picks up the phone and learns that after he disappears from the battlefield, Panther clan and Lightning clan once again join forces to attack Wolf clan. Wolf clan is thrown into chaos because of Yudo's disappearance and suffers heavy losses in the battle. Felicia says she wants Yudo to return to Wolf clan, but she won't force it because she prefers Yudo to live a happy life. Yudo hangs up the phone in silence. He doesn't want to leave Mitsuki behind and go back to Wolf clan. Mitsuki on the side hears the content of the call, and she sees his worried look and secretly makes a decision. Sometime later, Mitsuki takes the divine mirror and Yuto to the place where Yuto has transmigrated. She tells Yuto that if he wants to return to Wolf Clan, she will be firmly by his side because her love for him trumps everything. Yuto is touched, and he knows that Mitsuki's transmigrating with him means that she is going to give up her current life. At this moment, infinite love for Mitsuki surges in Yuto's mind, and he sincerely proposes to Mitsuki. After she agrees, Mitsuki throws herself into Yuto's arms excitedly. They kiss each other affectionately in the moonlight. I believe that nothing will be able to separate them anymore. Following this, Yuto uses the divine mirror to go back to the Wolf Clan with Mitsuki. With Yuto's guidance, the Wolf Clan wins the war. After that, Yuto will be the leader of the Wolf Clan and lead his people towards a future filled with happiness. The story ends here. I have seen a lot of harem anime, and most of the male protagonists are playboys. But the male protagonist of this anime is different, and he is loyal to only one person. Even though they are in different times and spaces, he still firmly loves his girl. I wonder if you guys find the one that you want to live with for the rest of your life. Comment below to share your love story. Oh, if you are single just like me, please tell me. Let me know I am not the only one who is lonely. Well, today's video ends here. Please give this video a like for this lonely person, and let me feel your passion. See you.